Hello everyone, I hope you're having a good time. Today we will learn how to use could, was or were able to in sentences. Please open your books on page 55. Could and was or were able to are expressions that we use to describe the skills of the people to do certain actions. They look very similar, but although they're not the same. We use could to talk about an ability somebody had in the past. For example, he could sunbathe every weekend last summer because it was very hot. They couldn't drive to work today because it was too foggy. Was or were able to. We use were or was able to talk about a specific event in the past. They were able to build lots of snow worm last winter because it snowed a lot. The other example, he was able to ride a bike to work last week because it was sunny. Next, we see some sentences in different forms like affirmative, negative, questions, and short answers. We see the order of the affirmative form. I could or I was able to see all the people. In this case, we can use both could and were able to because they describe general ability. Whereas in the second sentence, we have to use only were able to because it talks about specific event. For example, we were able to land in the middle of a field. Now, let's go with the negative form. It expresses general ability and specific events. For example, I couldn't or I wasn't able to sleep. He couldn't or he wasn't able to control the balloon. Questions. Whenever we use questions, we have to put the modal verb could first, or the auxiliary verb was first. For example, could you sleep? Was he able to control it? Short answers. As always, short answers contain yes or no and the verb that they asked us with. For example, yes, I could, no, I couldn't. Or yes, he was, no, he wasn't. Now, we're going to move with some exercises. You have to choose the correct options. If both are correct, circle both. So, as we saw, there are many cases when we can use both could or were able to in the same sentence. The first sentence says Mozart could or was able to read and write music when he was 4. What do you think? Should we use could, was able to, or we can use both in this sentence? So it's could and was able to can be both used in this sentence. For example, Mozart could read and write music when he was 4, or Mozart was able to read and write music when he was 4. Now let's go with the second sentence. Think about it. We used to sat nav so we could or so we were able to find the right place. Which of the options do you think might suit in this sentence? So it's were able to. We used a sat nav so we were able to find the right place. Number 3. The singer had a sore throat, so he couldn't or he wasn't able to perform. What do you think? Can we use both of these options, or we have to pick only one? The singer had a sore throat, so he couldn't perform, or so he wasn't able to perform. So we can use both of these phrases in this sentence. Let's go with number 4. My grandmother could or was able to cook and sew when he was 10. So the correct options in this case are both. My grandmother could cook and sew when she was 10, or my grandmother was able to cook and sew when she was 10. Now we have the last sentence. Please try to pick one of the correct phrases in this case. They can be both correct, but think about it. So both of them are correct. It was dark, but I could open the door. It was dark, but I was able to open the door. Homework. When you go home, please try to complete pages 42 and 43 on your workbook. Thank you for your attention. We will see next time with the other lessons. Have a good time.